Yeah, I mean, if you have overcome those challenges, I think you are allowed to use cheats. Man, that's a button I wouldn't mind having currently. But I don't see myself beating this game on the higher difficulties without turning insane, so probably not a good idea. Well, it is. These are the escapes after all. I mean, this game even has a ton of achievements I likely will not be getting. Then again, I'm not an achievement hunter. Whoa, level up! No, now I'm committing. Level 53 is a goal. And I will buy up, with the funds gathered from this, I will buy up all of the potions for HP increase that I can get, and then it's boss time. Because I'm stubborn than that. I get what you mean. Means they would yield me higher XP, but I can keep my modifier up here. Technically, I know there's a place where I find more of them and could also get them relatively quick. Which would be on Genos Island, but I would need the other approach and then the Great Chasm where I can fall down. There are more of the skeletons. Which I guess will have the same level as the one here. Well, the others would technically also respawn instantly. But this is quicker to keep the modifier up. Plus item collection is a lot nicer. But man, I have more Revel ore on my hands than I will ever need now. Actually does not surprise me, considering that it is a bit of an older game. Yeah, okay, that would put it most of the game on easy mode. But I mean, technically it's not forbidden to go there. But then wouldn't you need to be extremely careful with the enemy attacking you or hitting you? Since mountain enemies would at the beginning probably one-shot you. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I'm surprised you at the beginning that you survived 2 hits. But I guess when you put enough time into the games, then you have enough muscle memory to handle what the mountain, be able to handle what the mountain throws at you. Double jump is required. Well, I don't know if it counts as breaking, but Dana has... what was it? I think the tornado spell, was it? It made most to any encounters where you could properly apply it rather easy. Because you stack it a few times and suddenly enemy is deleted. A friend of me who saw me playing the game was really annoyed that I'm not using all of the fancy spells that there are and just spam the tornado all the time. Was it super jump in Dana? It has been a while since I played the game. Regular spin did 500 damage on that monster. Okay, it had the second area you visit, of course, it deals that much damage. And the poor bug was not ready for it. And I'm so rich in Revel ore. I'll probably outfit the entire town with Revel armor and weapons. Actually, that's very little use in all. That attack shared by Unica. Because I unfortunately had a bug with Origins. okay. Not for a split second and what? Yeah, I don't think I have ever used that. Yeah, but I would have loved to finish Origins all 3 times. Sadly, Unica had a little bug in one of the cutscenes where everyone was turned to stone. Where she was stuck on an invisible ledge thingy. And I could not get that resolved. But I finished the game with Hugo and Torres, so that's that. Yeah, most likely, but I tried every resolution setting possible. Even changed my main display down, but no chance. I mean, I accepted it. I got the true ending of the game. Alright, see you. Have a good night, Shay. So it has actually kind of been funny to face the entity in the black orbs that Toril helped seal away, which is technically his father, to bring it to eternal rest with Adder. Even if that kid technically all of the magic on this, okay, only on the stereo, but yeah. Since magic sorcerer seems to be a localized phenomenon and not a global one, we can have magic in almost every game. Alright, since this is modded after European or the worst continents or European continents. I mean, they are pretty on the nose with that. Okay, Edo being Irish is not something I expected to hear today. I wonder for Arc of Nephesism, or how it was called. There have been mentions of arcs now a few times. By Fina and Rhea, and in other instances. Does that game have to do with something to do with those arcs? Because I'm pretty sure Lord Eldiel has some connections to Rena's and Fina's race. And they mentioned that they came from beyond East/Styria. I think that was never really stated. Was it Nephilim or not? But technically, like in Nephilim, yes, because I think the Nephilim were the four-winged angels. Remember now correctly. What is Facebook conspiring now against? Ah, that kind of stuff. Was the grand reset with how the universe ends, or was it something different? mean, technically, since the event is Zeta, Adel basically puts the entire world on randomizer. Since he cuts the connection between the world and the Akashic records were cut. How is Adel always ending up in this world-altering bullshit? His ability to end up in trouble, that should be way beyond him. And yet he remains maidenless. Well, I had a thought about that earlier. By my headcanon, the reason why Adel always has beginner equipment he kinda has to sell his equipment for his travel funds. Well, I don't think that he is technically prophesized everywhere. He just fits the shoe. Who does that? Dante from Devil May Cry. Okay, technically he does it to foot the repair bills on every location he wrecks during his games. That's why he knows how to use all the weapons, but never keeps the weapons. But I can see Adel selling his equipment to the locals. Because he's a guy like that. He doesn't like the easy way, as we know since Zeta, because it was stated especially there. Since Lord Adil wanted to give him something that would ease his travel across the world, which he denied actually. Oh, I had maximum travel ore. I can see him leaving the stuff behind, maybe against a small obolus for the ongoing journey he is on. Being like, yeah, I may have needed it here, but it would make my journey way too easy, so here you can keep it. It is technically a very Adel thing to do. And again, in East 2's case, well, the first 2 games, his Claria armor is most likely gone since he destroyed the orb, and Claria was a byproduct of the orb. But he still had the battle armor at all. I won't spoil stuff for Nordics. I mean, for Seta, he probably did just leave it behind. Yeah, but you have to remember that he only destroyed the orb in East 2. Well, I think they redubbed the armor in East 2 that technically was Claria armor into silver armor or something like that. Oh, I must also say, while Seta so far had the biggest impact on the world by itself, it had the worst ending. Like, every game had some sort of send-off. Seta is just like, yeah, Ada remembers this now, and this is the end. Credits, end. No send-off to the next location, nothing. I mean, yes, it was originally a PS Vita game, but still. Often Felghana was already out by then, so they could at least have referenced it somewhat. That Dogi wanted to visit hometown. Some missed opportunities and there. In retrospect only though. Since technically Ada's adventures are numerous, wouldn't necessarily need to be a direct connection between Seta and this one. Voice actor in which game? Because I only heard Adele speak in Nordics, I think. Oh, okay. Info adults lines in Nordics are very precious and Memoirs of Felghana. There's a remake of this? Ah, I didn't know that. That explains it. I haven't heard of it. Well, with the Saga game I had a slight problem. I only had environmental sounds. For some reason the audio didn't want to figure out properly, so yeah. Which had me very relieved for this game that there's actually almost all of the dialogue is voiced. Speak in Dana? Oh, this has been ages, I can't remember. I also wonder where the next installment of the E-series will go. In like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, since these games take time to come out. But then again, it's also good that that they take time with these games, cause if they would rush the series, I think it would only hurt it. But it's one of the few RPG series where you still have good writing, good soundtrack, and in most cases also good combat systems. And you can play each game on their own despite it being such a massive series of games. I mean, back then I had only played Dana and Monstrum Nox. I knew that there were other games, but I didn't know how many were released for PC. Yeah, and then I saw them one day on sale on GOG, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna grab all of those. And now we're here for the yearly project of me trying to grind for all of them to have the chronological playthroughs. I mean, it's even a world where it's fun to do the side quests and stuff. You don't have that with every game nowadays. Sure, sometimes it feels like boring fetch quests and stuff. But even in Nordics or so, every side quest technically gains you something. No. I may be mad for attempting to play through the entire East games in a year and stuff. With considering some of the games length will take a bit. I mean, it took me to beat Nordics about 46 hours or so. With all the side content that I was willing to do. But I had every side quest and stuff done, but even then I did not reach the max depth for the skill tree. But we'll do it again. Felghana and Archive of Nox were also not short games. And I imagine E7 and Archive of Nephesism won't be short games either. So I have my work cut out for the rest of the year. Since usually I'm only like streaming like 2 hours, around 2 hours daily. Well, almost daily. Weekend is a bit inconsistent. Only missing 2 achievements at Origins. Jesus Christ, man. Then again, a lot of the achievements are tied to beat the game with all 3 characters and beat the bosses with Unica and Hugo, and also with Toll. Guess the most annoying one would go through all the difficulties to finish the games. And well, then there's a time rush mode. I think you could unlock Adel and special versions for the characters. Yeah, the X versions. And that must be tedious work. Three out of 8. How many bosses had the game? Is this technically a secret boss with Hugo's and Toad's father also included in the boss rush? Okay, that's 1, 2, 4. Do the character fights also count as bosses or not? Like with Epona and everyone? Damn, I still remember the names. Okay, that makes like, what, 8, 9 bosses per character, more or less. On nightmare difficulty with every character. Boy. 2 bosses per section. How many sections?
Welcome. I'm afraid you don't have enough gold. I'm afraid you don't have enough gold. Thank you. Don't be a stranger.
As introduction, water, fire, the desert. Then you had Rados Annex, the ice one. Or not the ice, the mirror one. And then you had the final boss. Level 50. Bug section. Alright. Alright, the boss that annoyed me the most in my first run. For which I then unlocked the genius. Well, I grinded out some levels to make it easier, cause when I hit the bug the first time with Hugo, boy was that one annoying. Cause I just couldn't tank all the hits, and then I got to the point where he summons all the little ants or bugs. And yeah, that's one kill. But what's the spirit necklace for this? Okay. Spirit necklace it is. Yeah, cause it revised me one.
Paddle? What? No.
Yeah, yada 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 yada.
Oh, Paddle! 'Paddle, run! 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 'Paddle, run
Genos, yada yada. He who seals the sword messenger of the white wings. Eliminate the winged one, sees the black arc. That is like the third time I think that that arcs were mentioned. I don't count Nordic scores, that was a different scenario.
Chester. Why?
Let me be a good brother.
Because I think Rena and Fina also mentioned the arcs on which they arrived. Wait, the black arc actually appears in a different game? God, I love it when a universe is connected.
If you do, the statues will seal away his power again.
Alright. Getting ready for frustration.
I am the Alpha and the Omega. Humans are such fragile creatures. You shall know my power well. You die! You shall be as ash in the wind.
Yeah, okay, the sports now doing only like 8 damage is like such a godsend. But the lack of a fucking proper lock-on system.
You shall be one with the dirt. You shall be as ash in the wind. You shall be one with death. You shall be erased.
Did that guy cancel my magic? Oh, I have to attack. Oh, I'm getting my magic back. That was a good one.
You shall be erased.
Ah, shit, that was my revive.
You shall be erased.
What the fuck? Fuck it!
It's already started to revive.
Die! Ugh. And this is the crazy part. That the grinding is actually helping you that much, even though you only get so little numbers instead on top of it with the level ups. But these very few numbers make such a huge difference in these games.
I guess Genesis sword alone.
Yeah, couldn't be me. Could never be me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Over here, both of you.
I think he has some kind of plan. Come on, Adol.
Hurry. Step onto the platform. All right. Now, give me the sword and the statues.
Adol handed the brave sword and all 4 statues to Chester.
Guess this is why we will lose the sword.
All right. Now.
Chester, what in the world are you planning?
Sacrificing yourself, most likely.
Elena? This is goodbye. Please, take care of yourself. Okay?
What? What are you saying?
Our ancestors left behind a means of destroying the entire island. It can focus the power of the statues to a breaking point, creating a massive explosion. Given how badly wounded Galbalan is, it's certain to destroy him for good.
It's funny though that Galbalan here is an ancient demon and stuff, but in Celceta, the Galbalans were actually weapons created by the king back there, with Soul Galbalan being, well, at least the name was very similar to that.
Wait! So you're going to use that to blow up the island? Clearly, there's something else you're not telling me.
Well, it should be obviously by now, Eleanor.
Elena. I'm staying here. I need to use Genos' sword to activate the device.
I haven't mentioned that I love RPGs have a very good interconnection.
Wait, Chester. You can't be serious. If you do that, you'll be...
Dust.
No! You can't! You mustn't! There has to be some other way.
His older brother, of course he has to sacrifice himself.
Why? Why should you have to die for this?
I can never make amends for the atrocities I've committed. Perhaps this way, I can face our ancestors without feeling ashamed of the man I've become. Please, Elena. Try to understand.
Man, they really put it in with the voice work here in the game.
No! I don't understand! How can you possibly suggest something like this? If you go on living, you'll find a way to redeem yourself. I know you will. You have to know that our parents would never approve of this.
Yeah, but sadly, the genie's out of the box and you can't put it into the same box again anymore.
So please, don't. Don't leave me alone again. You can't, Chester. You can't do this.
Elena! Forgive me.
Ugh.
Oh, the good old stomach punch.
You have to live. For me. Adol. Please take care of her. And tell Dogi I'm sorry. Now,
That's very Japanese.
his mission, and that creature that's plagued this land for such a long time will all be put to an end. Vile fiend. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Galbalan even sounds like a machine.
But you're too late.
Where did they come from all of a sudden?
Damn it. We can't hold out much longer.
Yep.
Chester, is this your doing?
Oh, is that how you get the freaking dual A dual achievement? Oh lord. Man, I would really... I mean cheap as in... weak or cheap as in... devilishly hard? Oh, great. Well, he is a super boss.
Jester.
Dumbass.
This time there's... Oh yes, there's more of a send-off than in the setter. Hey, Adel. Ah, doggy.
I don't think you'll get her to come out. It's understandable, though.
Doggy, break the door down.
She lost Chester for real this time. She's probably in a lot of pain right now. Oh, don't look so dejected. You'll see her again someday, and she'll be fine.
I also found it funny that in the beginning, Dogi said that Elena will probably be all over Adel, even though he is a childhood friend. That was such an anime trope, and it didn't help him that Dogi has blue hair.
Come on, let's go, okay? We need to say our goodbyes to everyone before shipping off. Still early in the day, though, so we might have to make it quick.
Yes, a send-off. Hey, anyone here at the church? Yeah.
So, Adol, you're leaving then?
Hey now.
Yes, I am.
What's with that look? I know you're having a tough time dealing with what Sister Nell did. But look at it this way. Maybe she thought she was doing what she had to. She was just misguided.
Yes. You may be right. I remember when I first came here. She taught me everything I needed to know. Patient and understanding.
I have trust issues for churches in games. That's a long time. Because usually they are the root of... or either the root of the trouble or are involved in the trouble.
She never had an unkind word to say about anyone. Hard to believe that same person committed such atrocities. But I feel there was more to her than that. I think deep down, she really was the wonderful human being we all knew.
Yeah, I think you're right. To be honest, I never knew Bishop Nicholas very well. But Sister Nell was always one of the nicest people I'd ever met. She treated me like a little brother. I don't buy for a second that it was all just an act.
Indeed, she and Chester sinned gravely, but they were not evil. They were only human. And humans make mistakes. It is man's great contradiction. We can be so strong, yet so weak at the same exact moment.
Also, funny thing for the treasure hunt quest. The revel order was up here. I got that by jumping up. I didn't know I could climb the ladder. Also, thank you for the follow. Pikachu are cute. Yes, they are cute. Know what I just found? Alice and Kristoff live in a castle. Oh! Oh! The queen is making a visit.
So, you're leaving us already, are you, Adol? I've
Yep.
been doing a lot of thinking. And you know what I've concluded? Chester gave his life to save all of Felghana.
You needed a lot of thinking for that.
I'm convinced that that was his goal from the very start. So rather than grieving for his death, I choose to celebrate what he accomplished.
That it is for sure.
He will be remembered.
Mayor,
I think the best thing we can do right now is focus on getting everyone to work together. That's how I'll repay my debt to Chester.
And during this run, I kinda realized what I missed out. Because technically, a lot of these games were out for a long time already. Considering that we have with East Nordics the 10th game already. And I missed out on so much so far already. I regret not doing this earlier. Playing all of the games.
In any case, Adol, you must come back to see us again. And I promise, by the time you do, I'll have turned Redmont into a world-class metropolitan utopia.
How many years in the future shall I arrive here? 100? Going to Wednessday Castle today. The situation inside is quite dreadful. Have to try and make a fresh start. Yeah, I think you have to get new mates and stuff. Or we can to ensure a bright future for this land, so we can at least begin to atone for the pain we caused. If I've been living a nightmare, the job played upon my lust for power and the soldiers. Every time the Romans are big time involved in the trouble of an East game. Didn't happen that often yet, but it happened a few times. Poor tortured souls were used to sow the seeds of anger and sorrow throughout this land. All this because I was weak. Every part of this is my own fault. I will devote the rest of my life to atoning for my sins, I swear it. So peer pressure got the better of you. Then again, there are worse games to be forced into.
Hi, Adol. Isn't it a bit early to be setting off? Are you sure we can't convince you to stay a little longer?
Sorry, I have more adventures to experience, and the world needs a few more savings.
come on now. You're gonna make him feel guilty about leaving.
Well, he'll be missed. I'll be lonely around here without him for sure.
My first was Lacrimosa of Dana, which was not a request by a friend to play it, but he recommended it. Sorry, English is not my first language.
I know. Maybe you can stay here, and Dogi can go off on some grand adventure in your place.
No, that won't happen, Margot. And yeah, by the time I finish with Dana, I think Monstrum Nox actually came out.
Oh, ma'ams. Why you gotta bust my walls like that?
I'm just teasing. Adol, I sincerely hope I have a chance to see you again. You'll always be welcome in Redmont. And if you do come back, I'll make you one hell of a feast to celebrate.
I think a previous one of the previous streams I also mentioned that I would really love for an East game that such a threat is released that Adel is actually making rounds and gathering up old allies to help him.
So, Adel, you're leaving us then?
Yeah, I can see your point. Especially with the character-based movement that you unlock. Had a bit more of a Metroidvania one. Like, a bit. It wasn't as much Metroidvania style as in other installments of the E-series, but was definitely there.
Thank you for everything you've done.
What about you, Master? What are you gonna do now? Planning to go back to your cabin up in the mountains?
No. Now that Count Maguire has reformed, I see no further need to live the life of a hermit. And with the monsters gone, I'm left adrift in this world. A man without a purpose.
Oh, come now, Master. You're no such thing.
No, I am. My job here is done. All I'm qualified for is mercenary work, and that's out of the question. Honestly, I think I'm just going to relax now. Relax and mourn the loss of a dear pupil, of course. I see it as retirement. Living out the rest of my days here, helping to rebuild. I actually look forward to it.
This is how you do a fucking send-off. Very sober, we're not open for business yet today. What? You're leaving us? Oh man, you couldn't voice that? Cynthia had such a good voice. Yes, that I know. Which also will then when I get to Monstro Nox, yeah, make more sense to me actually who those people are. I'm sorry to hear it won't be the same without you. You taught everyone, myself included, how to be brave. If you ever have a chance to visit Felghana again, I do hope you come collect to see us. Dana, there were I think 2 more that actually talked to you. There were a bunch of people. We're here, we'll be waiting. No need to say anything. Adonis held out his hand to Adel. Take care of yourself. Alright.
Ah, good morning, Adol. Awfully early start today. You going somewhere? Oh, so you're leaving. It's probably bad form to be asking you this now, but have you considered staying here with us? Everyone in town already thinks of you as one of their own. I'm sure they'd all be thrilled.
You're wasting your breath, old man. He wouldn't know what to do with himself if there were no more grand adventures in his life. The thrill of new lands is what keeps him going.
Yep.
Yes, I believe I understand. I think we've just grown attached to you, Adol, but you needn't mind us.
Yeah, Luna. Have I met her yet? Or will I meet her?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, after all. Take care.
Ah, okay, so I will meet her. Yet to meet. Yeah, that's what I mean with interconnected game series. Well, the developers keep their continuity in mind.
Well, Adol,
It's fine that an important character appears in a different game.
if I go with you all the way to the dock, I know I won't be able to keep myself from getting on that boat.
Come on, Doggy, you can't leave yet. There's so much to see. And after all, you missed out on the last adventure. Because you had to escort Dr. Flair back.
But like I mentioned yesterday, I think I really need to stay here and help rebuild. The monsters are gone, but the quarry's still in bad shape, and there's a lot of damage to repair. Don't think we should leave Valestein Castle in its current state either. So I'm gonna stay here for a bit, and help my homeland get back on its feet. I think that's what Chester would have wanted too. You, though, you need to continue your journey, and give everyone something to dream about. No need for the puppy dog eyes, man. If you stay in one place long enough, you know I'll catch up to you. We'll meet again, partner. I promise you that.
Adol was reassured and bid Dogi a fond, albeit temporary.
Oh shit, I miss Eleanor's house. Fuck! Alright, I think is 5 played after this.
You were right, Chester. I have to be brave.
Elena?
Dogi, where's Adol?
You just missed it. He was headed toward the pier, so you might catch up with him if you run.
Okay.
Hey, watch your step along the way if you're planning to chase after him. The monsters may be gone, but that doesn't mean there aren't still cliffs and jagged rocks and stuff.
I will. Thank you, Dogi.
Go for it, Elena.
But I think there is actually a game before Dana, but it's the one that wasn't released in the West with East 5.
Adol, wait! Thank goodness, I caught you.
Yeah, I think that's the one actually.
Adol,
That's the missing link then between this and Dana.
I owe you so much. The very least I can do is see you off. I just didn't know what to say to you. I'm so confused, but I knew that I'd always regret it if I let you leave without saying goodbye. So I had to see you.
Aww.
I just want to say thank you so much for everything. Because of you, I believe that Chester's finally at peace. And in the end, he saved everyone. All of Felghana. He told me I have to go on living. And I will. I believe he had no regrets. Thinking about him still hurts, but I believe that everything he did, misguided though it may have been, was to protect me, and all the other people he loved here. That's why I have to be strong. I have to stand on my own.
Maybe one day we see a version of East 5 release.
So I can protect the people and the home I love, just like he did. And I swear that I will. Right here, on this spot, I pledge my oath to him. There's so much more I wanted to say to you, but I'll have another opportunity to say it. Eventually. You'll be back. I just know you will. And once I fulfilled my oath, I hope to see you again and tell you all about it.
Adol nodded firmly.
I'll be looking forward to that day. Goodbye, Adol. I'm really glad I met you.
Ah. And he probably doesn't even know he's doing that. But technically he has what, 17, 18, I think? Was by Monstrum Nox time, he is 24. So the whole romance thing may be a bit a mystery to him still. But it's also good that they... I think it's also not a bad choice that they ain't. Yep. And in E's 1 and 2, he's, I think, on the verge between 16 and 17. A 16, 17-year-old beat a god. Which is funny to me. But yeah, Nordics plays, I think, a few months after the event of East 2. But yeah, you have all these seasoned adventurers and warriors and big figures and everything. And you have this child beating gods into submission and death. And somehow they still only see the young naive adventurer. Like he technically has seen more shit than everyone else combined has so far. That is a red. Or history's first adventurer. Okay, not first adventurer, but technically since the setter he is called, or he has a title of adventurer. He's he gets involved into trouble, but not by his own choice. But he always gets blamed for it. Funny, it says Steam Edition while I'm playing it on GOG. Ah. Oh? What yet remains? Aw, thank you for playing. The sword tanked the entire island exploding? Ada learn to dive. Or get the Sandra's back. We need to get this back up. Ah. Well, this has been it for Eastself and Felghana. But now I have to Mechabreak. Timeline. Letter off? Yeah, the missing one there. Yep, Lacrimosa of Dana is the next one. I have that on Steam. Yeah, so I will prepare that for next week. Ah. And this has been an awesome journey. So, I was... Well, you can send... I think you can send a link. If you make a link, just put a space somewhere, cause Nightboard is very strict in terms of links being sent. But I wouldn't mind watching them. But yeah. For tonight, this will be it. I thank everyone who was here today, is here today to witness the finale of the Oath of Felghana. Hope to see everyone who wants to in the next EVE installment, which will be Lacrimose of Dana. I have played that again, but it has been a long while, so it will be a bit of semi-blind. And I may or may not abuse the fucking tornado spell. No promises on the fact that I will not do it. But yeah, until then, this was Nox Destin, your host. I wish all of you a good evening, good night, good day, depending on when and where you're watching this. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, see ya, and be well. Bye.